Where's the story of the Casbah? What's the story?
That was a family I was adopted into, the Casbah family.
Yeah.
So that was 81. Yeah, I need to go back to the beginning when I was a baby, the origins of Project Ibis. It was the name of the project I was involved in, or born into, effectively, was named Project Ibis, and it was run by the NSA and MI6. And it was tracking 42 children from different countries, and all those children were brought to a facility in Canada in the Rocky Mountains, underneath a small town called Nelson. And
what countries? Why were they selected?
According to the file information that I've seen, they were selected for because their DNA. The NSA information that I've seen says that we have what they call blood prime, which it states Anunnaki DNA.
What is blood prime? What specifically are the differences?
I think it's a type of alien DNA, human, alien, hybrid.
Is there any particular rhesus negative, positive, or anything like that?
I think there's the rhesus negative factor in it. I think the O negative factor.
Oh, blood.
So how are the children selected as such? I mean, does that mean there's some means of selecting, is it because from different, birth, other people's bloodline? Medical records?
I think the mothers were selected, and the embryos were cloned embryos grown in an artificial environment, test tube babies. And I think those, from my understanding, those embryos were then implanted into specific women who gave birth, and then at the time of birth the children were transported to the underground facility in Nelson in Canada. The name of that facility was a Q552.
Where's Nelson? Is it in Manitoba, Winnipeg, somewhere?
That's a small town in the Rocky Mountains. It's in British Columbia, Canada. So we were all taken there at the time of birth. Some from America, I think. There was some from South America, obviously, some from the UK. I don't know who the other 42 children are. I've got a rough idea now.
Why 42?
I don't know.
Is it just that's what the sample was? Is there significance in it?
I don't know. I'm sure there's significance in it somewhere, but I don't have that information. But many of the children were transported on private CIA jets, small charter jets.
Or
just like Learjets.
Yeah.
And transported there.
So what's the program? What specifically is the purpose of it? There's a lot of effort being put into this then. Why?
Project Ibis is again the Nazi connection. The name comes from the Giza intelligence group underneath the Giza pyramids, the Nazi group in World War II.
And what Nazi group is this?
It's known as the Giza intelligence, the Nazi group.
And which part of the Giza plateau were they involved in?
I don't know. I just know they were based underneath the Giza pyramids. There was a facility, the Nazis in World War II, and the name connects to Thoth, the immortal, the Egyptian.
Although I've seen the bird being.
Some connection with an ibis bird would represent Thoth in Egypt.
And what were they trying to find in Egypt, or what did they find in Egypt?
I think they found some kind of life extension technology. And this was effectively this was a major part of the Ibis program, was life extension, regeneration.
Is there some kind of chamber that you could mention, or any particular
Or that empty container underneath
the emerald?
Or the emerald rooms.
Emerald rooms.
So
now, when I first moved here,
that's in more than one location.
I had a timeline that I was in with my father, and before we even moved in this house, he showed me that the front rooms of my house were painted gold, and the whole rest of my house was painted emerald. And when I walked all the way back to the end of my house, because we live in a really big house, we got to the garage and there was a Christmas tree there with no ornaments on it. And I'm really starting to unravel. This has to do with the North Pole, the North Polar exit gate, and my family line. If you have German genetics, you really need to start looking at your life.
I'd rather not talk too much about the Emerald Rooms.
He doesn't want to talk about the Emerald Rooms.
Because it's such a complex subject.
I'd really like to know more about that.
Is this to do with the storage of souls on the earth and the recreation on earth?
This is very much physical. This is they at the Q552 we were being indoctrinated with Nazi principles and Germanic principles.
Were you indoctrinated by Nazis?
Yeah, it was Nazi. It wasn't just Nazis there, but there was a big Nazi presence. Some of the philosophies we're indoctrinated with there. You see those philosophies in Germanic organisations to this day, like the Odinist Fellowship in this country. The philosophies are based around, obviously, the creation of an Uberman, a Superman.
Like Captain
They see
America.
life on Earth as a means to an end. They're not trying to get somewhere else. They're not trying to get to heaven or another planet. They want to become physically immortal in this body, on this earth, and stay here. Now, you're also indoctrinated with the Germanic belief in endless warfare. That would be our reality. Once we stayed here physically, our reality would be endless warfare, and there'd be periods of rest.
Did you need to maybe reorganize the logistics, or?
They talked about the 1,000-year Reich, the 1,000 years of peace, which would be periods of rest in between the warfare, and then it would just be a continuous cycle. And that was effectively how they indoctrinated us to be assassins when we were older, so we could keep functioning. If we were concerned about the next hit and had anxiety about that, we wouldn't be able to carry out and function. But if in our mindset, if we believed that we were designed for endless warfare and it would never stop, we would just accept that